I am clay barring my Corvette today. I've never clay barred a car before. Have you ever done that? It's not bad. It's coming out really shiny, but that's not what the video is about today. It is about my cart that I made to hold all of my polishes so I can just wheel this around the car with me. I've got my boat waxes in here. I can wheel this outside. I can grab my boat stuff. I can clean everything up. It's just making everything a whole lot easier, and all of these things are not supposed to be frozen in the winter, so I can just wheel my cart into the house for the wintertime, throw in the basement, and everything is going to stay in nice shape. So let me show you how I did this. So I bought this cart at Harbor Freight, a shelf up front, a shelf on the bottom. It is 16 inches by 30 inches. It weighs 52 pounds, and it is supposed to be able to hold 350 pounds. It has two locking wheels. All four of the wheels swivel. The two locking wheels are supposed to be on one side. I put them both in the front, so that if I push it up against the wall, I can get to both of the locks. I thought that would be nice. You've got a drawer in here, so you can keep your towels or whatever you don't want dusty, maybe. And then I made this because when I just set everything in here, all of my stuff just rolled around. So I got a nice piece of plywood. I stained it. I drilled and cut holes, or marked and cut holes to match up with my bottles. And then on the bottom, I just put this is like a I don't know if they call this a 1x1. It's actually 1 1/4. I stained it all nicely, and it all fits in here pretty nice. And I can wheel it around. It works good. Let me tell you, I'm not a woodworker, but let me tell you a couple of things that I did wrong so that maybe you can not make the same mistakes, or if you are a woodworker, maybe even the way I did it was still wrong. So I took some painter's tape and I taped off the whole thing, and then that's where I marked all of my holes so that if I needed to, I could just peel off the tape and I could retape it and mark my holes again. Then I cut from the back side, which is what I taped, and I got pretty nice cuts. This is actually the back side. I wanted this side. I had already had it stained, but as you can see, some of those holes, they kind of ripped a little bit. I went through with sandpaper and rounded them off nicely, but I didn't go back and restain it. But this was the original side that I wanted. I had never used a stain this dark, and in the past I've always used a very light color or a natural color, and I have put it on with a sponge brush, which I had my daughter do with me, and you can see that it's really dark and kind of splotchy where we put it on with the brush. Putting it on with a towel worked a lot better, got us a lot nicer surface. But then, like I said, this is the back side because, well, it was supposed to be the front side, because I drilled through going this way, so you're going to want to drill through the way that you want to see. So then I ended up having to stain this side instead, and that turned out a lot nicer because the tape helped it to not cut the wood. So you're going to want to cut it from the side that you want, and then just cut it out to match here. And it fits really nice, and you can wheel it around anywhere you want to go. Harbor Freight has these for $100, and then they have 5 different colors: black, red, blue, yellow, or green. And then I bought a 2-foot by 4-foot by 1/2 inch plywood here, which I could have made all the way to the end, but I just did 2 feet of it so that I could do another one for the bottom if I wanted, or I could just leave it open. Some of my gallon jugs here, those aren't really going to move around very well. They're going to sit in place, and they're not going to tip over like a little bottle like this would tip over as you're wheeling it. So whatever size bottles you have, obviously just cut your hole that size. Everything fits in there nice, and it looks really nice. So I'm really happy with it, and works really good for wheeling around. If something like this maybe is helpful for you, hopefully you'll get one yourself. If you watch this channel for the first time and you haven't already, and you want to, boom, please subscribe.